YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we'll be talking about sprites. Now, I have used this during the stream, and for some apparent reason, I keep on losing. Now, this is not the first version that I used with sprites. It's basically with, yes, I used Yubel with this, so it was kinda, well, it was alright though, a free negate on the board, which is kinda good. Basically like that, remove this and that, and then you have your Yubel version for sprites. Easy enough, a simple engine to use, and you have a free negate and a free body if ever you negate or your opponent tries to use a monster effect. It's kinda nice. But this is not the thing that I'm gonna talk to you about generally. Now, first of all, sprites are pretty good. The downside is they're pretty awful in the current format. Just the format though, but they're pretty good. The only thing that I want to note about this build, or basically sprites in general, is that you need to have like 1 or 2 cards on the field that you can combo and then summon a bunch of monsters on the field, which allegedly get you into a very strong board with a copy of Elf, possibly a copy of Masquerena, maybe a copy of number 2, and possibly a copy of the Melfi Forest into a copy of Herald of the Arclight, which is a very strong board in a sense. Plus or minus some Sprite Carrot or Sprite Red on the field, which is not half bad for monster or spell and trap card negation. The reason why I use the Kashtira engine is I want to be a kind of different than the usual people that uses Yubels as an engine for sprites. Now, there are maybe some times that you get into a copy of Birth and then no Kashtiras whatsoever, but nevertheless, like I said, it rarely happens for some reason. Now, in addition to this conversation, I will not be posting the deck list here because you can just get this copy out or this version out in Master Duel. Well, typically the Yubel version is there. I think majority of the people would prefer the Yubel version rather than the Kashtira one, but for me, I had fun with the Kashtiras. Having your opponent to use their negates on a Unicard, or even a copy of Fenrir when you try to search or activate its effect. So it's a pretty strong card on the field. So these 2 cards are pretty strong on the field. Furthermore, an additional copy of Wraithsoft might lessen the number of hand traps like Ash Blossom from your opponent's hand. That way you can combo it off with your Sprite Jet, Sprite Blue, or even your starter. Basically, your starter is a 1-card combo, which is kind of neat. But like I said, sprites needs 1 or 2 cards on hand to like perform a really good board or like make a really good board. Extra deck, we're just revolving around Exes that are rank 2s. We're running 2 of each for Sprite Elf and then Gigantic Sprite, which is not half bad. And I think that's basically it. You go into a copy of Downward Magician, into a copy of Zeus, if you want to board wipe your opponent. That way you have 4 materials rather than 2. So far, I had fun with this deck, and yeah, it's kind of sad that it's not really performing that well, but it is still a pretty good deck to grind into Master 1, but it would take some time, of course. I managed to grind into Master 4 with this deck, and I think I'm still going into 2 more games before I rank up into Master 3, if I rank up into Master 3. Regardless, that is my summary with the sprites. Now, let's check out some gameplays. Okay, so we are in a game. So this is 2 games that I'm going to showcase to you guys what sprites can do with Kashtiras. I think a majority of you already know about this and how this deck really works. But in a typical manner, people are just using Yubel. So yeah, this might be a really okay version, I would say. So yeah, we got 1 copy of Dark Beckoning, 1 Maxi, 1 Ash, 1 copy of Catty, so we don't have to search it from the Exe monster, and 1 Imperm. So not half bad. So we go into a copy of Dark Beckoning. We didn't prompt any Ash Blossom whatsoever, so that's pretty good. And also the addition for the Hero Kid was pretty nice. At least we can spell summon a ton of or 3 bodies on the field by just a copy of Gigantic Sprite. Now I just summoned Gigantic here because I don't want to get Nibiru, which is very prominent in this format and in this rank. So there we go. Go for Sprite Elf, spell summon 1. And I just go on into more monsters on the field. Now, I did go into a copy of Ninja Mosquito because I want to, have fun with this deck. So with that, dump 1 card, spell summon Dark Beckoning into a Sprite Sprint, dumping 1 more card to the graveyard into a Sprite Blue. On the end phase, we go for Catty, and then we can get Penny in the opponent's turn. So I did use the effect of Elf here because our guy is going for battle phase, and you know what that means? We get evenly matched. Now, typically my board is not really like the best, but at least we didn't like super comboed off into a really good board that can easily be wiped by an evenly match. So what I chose here is just basically the cat here in the field, so that if ever we're going up against Yubel or some of the meta decks, this might actually be a counter. And if ever they send cards to the graveyard, it will be banished. But sad to say, I think the one card that he summoned to the field after this was a unicorn. So yeah, shocker as it is. And this is one variant as well that I saw that he is using Horus, other than or aside from the Kashira engine. And like I said, Kashiras are very formidable, very promising of an engine with regards to some other decks that doesn't use quite a lot of materials for their deck. So there we go. Our guy's gonna go for Imperial Tomb into a copy of Seti on hand. I think since I dumped a copy of Maxi here, he actually stopped. And that way we still have a blue and a red on hand in case anything else happens. During our turn, we got a copy of the Rate Soft, which is basically what we need to go for an OTK. So there we go. Pop that monster in the field, and we have a free board. Now, this might be quite dangerous because this guy might have Cyframe Gear Gamma. But I was just having fun, so I took the risk for this and just went ahead into the OTK. So there we go. Increase the attack, and with this, increase for another 1,400, and we go for game. So it was kind of okay though, not half bad. But yeah, let's go for game number 2. Okay, so we have game number 2, and we are still going first. So this is one of the games that we went first, and well, we had an okay hand, not the best, but you know, an okay hand. We got 1 Maxi, 1 Penny, 1 Dark Beckoning, a copy of Talents, and a copy of Rate Soft, which is pretty nice as a starter. So there we go. We'll go for Rate Soft first, trying to trigger off any Ash or whatsoever. We didn't get any, but we did get a Maxi, so that was kind of not really cool. But nevertheless, we go for a copy of Birth, activate Birth, going to a copy of Dark Beckoning, and then going for a copy of Spirit Gates. And I think I just summoned the second copy of Dark Beckoning here into a copy of IT Masquerina. And I think that is our board. Yeah. And with that, I want to check out the hand, and he was using Kashkiras with this Necro Valley. Who uses Necro Valley now? Anyway, so he got a copy of Cross Out, Ash Blossom, so the only one we return is the copy of Ash Blossom. And nevertheless, I should have gone with the Cross Out though, but yeah, it was not half bad. We'll go into that monster, getting the other trap card that he used, and we can just use the effects, to be honest. Now, I could have gone into a copy of SP Little Knight here, but I just went through and just let him attack my Masquerina. It's not really like a big issue. And for turn 3, we got a starter, so it's not half bad. Going for Penny, and a copy of starter, going for blue, getting a copy of Jet, and then our guy is going to use the effect of his Ogre. I do know the back rows though, so it's not really like a big issue. I think one of them is crossed out, so yeah, it was okay. And then go for our monsters on the board. Now this would have been an OTK until he used the effect of cross out, just to banish the Rate Soft from his deck. So yeah, it could have been game, but regardless, it's still okay though. We still have bodies in the field with the help of Gigantic Sprite, so it was okay. And plus, I just summoned the Mosquito in case things might go south in my turn, so I can just attach a hallucination counter on Ogre. This is one of the fun cards that I wanted to try out for Sprites. So let's go. Going for that, it's gonna banish a copy of Rate Soft here, so lessening my attack for this monster, and yeah, that's it. We lost 300 attack, and I just rammed into a 2/8 body. Nevertheless, it's kind of fun. Use the effect of the Mosquito, burn him for 2/800, then attack for another 1,400. Now the remaining life points that he has is just 300, and all we need to do is just summon a copy of SP Little Knight to force him to attack us, because that's the only thing that he can or should do in the face of SP Little Knight. So there you go. And he's gonna go for that, banishing a copy of Unicorn, going for a copy of Birth, special summoning the Unicorn, and then getting a copy of Theosis. Now he will need to use the effect, but he went for an attack. I just detached one, placed on hallucination counter, it was negated, still doesn't really matter, and now we go for burn. And that's how we win our second game. Now let's go for a live game with this deck. Alright, so here we are with a live game, and let's see. Okay, we lost the coin toss, so understandably this is typically normal. Yep, I really hope we got hand traps. One hand trap, okay, not half bad. Fire Kings, yeah, this is basically like the field spell. Okay. Ooh, a Sprite Red. Go for Dark Beckoning. Impermed, okay. I'm pretty sure he's gonna scoop here if ever he knows what deck I'm using. Or not. He is gonna be resilient enough with this. Alright, that's good. We go for this. My main purpose for this is summoning the gigantic sprite on the field first. Okay, that to there. And we get a copy of another jet. Why not? Now we might get Veilered here, but I'll take that chance. The reason why is because we can OTK already with this hand. Oh, great. Alright, so that's not too good. Well, let's see. Okay. I think that's basically it. Go for battle. Really hope he doesn't have Garunix. God damn. He has Garunix already. That is a difficult thing to watch. Well, yeah, I think that's understandable. You're going up against a meta deck. Well, yeah, we tried our best. That is basically the starter. Summon that, pop one card, pop another. Ah, yes. Anyways, that is our sprites. We just surrendered into that one. I know it was already game over. I did my best to use the deck to its fullest. Anyways, tell me your thoughts on sprites and with the different variant for Kashtira's or Yubel. I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll have a stream by tomorrow, 8 AM GMT. Yeah. See you guys then. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.